The moon has been fooling you your entire life. Not once, not twice, probably hundreds of times. You look out of a car window or step outside at night or glance up while walking through a parking lot. And there it is. A huge moon sitting near the horizon like someone dragged it closer to the earth. It looks too big, too dramatic, almost fake, like the sky is trying to win an award. And then, a few hours later, you look up again. Same moon, same night, but now it looks smaller, calmer, less cinematic. And your brain quietly accepts this like nothing weird happened. But something weird did happen because the moon did not shrink. It did not move dramatically farther away. The atmosphere did not turn it into a giant magnifying glass. The sky did not zoom out. The moon stayed almost exactly the same apparent size, which means the thing that changed was you, or more specifically, your brain. Let's tell this like a tiny mystery. Imagine you're standing outside one evening. The sun has just gone down. The street lights are starting to wake up. Cars are passing. Buildings are cutting little rectangles into the sky. Trees are turning into silhouettes. And then the moon rises. Low. Huge. It sits behind rooftops, above traffic lights, behind branches, near everything you understand. You see it next to the houses, next to trees, next to hills, next to familiar objects your brain has spent a lifetime measuring. And your brain says that thing is far away, really far away, but it still looks that big. So it must be enormous. And to be fair, it is enormous, but not more enormous than usual. This is the moon illusion. The moon looks bigger when it is near the horizon than when it is high overhead. People have noticed it for thousands of years. Ancient philosophers noticed it, astronomers noticed it, poets definitely noticed it because poets see a big moon and immediately start ruining everyone's emotional stability. But the strange part is that even today, the moon illusion is not explained by one simple answer that everyone fully agrees on. There are strong theories, there are explanations, there are experiments, there are very good clues, but the illusion itself is sneaky. It lives right in the place where vision becomes interpretation. Your eyes collect light, your brain writes the story, and sometimes the story has a little drama. First, let's remove the obvious suspect, the atmosphere. A lot of people think that the horizon moon looks bigger because Earth's atmosphere magnifies it. That sounds reasonable. The moon is low, you're looking through more air. Maybe the air bends the light and makes it look bigger. Case closed, right? Nope. The atmosphere can affect the moon's color. That's why a low moon often looks orange or red. The light has to pass through more atmosphere and shorter blue wavelengths get scattered away more easily. So the moon can look warmer, deeper, more dramatic. But bigger? Not really. Atmospheric refraction can slightly distort the moon, especially near the horizon. If anything, it can make the look a little squashed vertically, like the sky sat on it. Rude, but not a magnifying glass. And here is the easiest way to expose that trick. Take a photo of the moon near the horizon, then take another photo of the moon when it is high in the sky. Use the same camera zoom. Compare them. The moon will be basically the same size in the image. Your camera is not impressed by the horizon. Your camera has no childhood memories. Your camera does not care about rooftops, trees, romance, loneliness, or dramatic music. It just records angles, and the moon's angle in the sky stays about the same. So, if the camera says the moon did not get bigger, why do you see it that way? Because your brain is not a camera. Your brain is a prediction machine wearing an artist's scarf. It does not just ask, how much space does this object take up in my vision? It also asks, how far away do I think it is? That matters because your brain has to solve a problem every second. Objects change shape on your retina all the time. A person walking towards you gets bigger in your vision. A car driving away gets smaller. Your brain cannot treat every retinal size change as the object actually growing or shrinking. Otherwise, life would look insane. Your friend walks towards you, and your brain goes, "Oh no, giant." They walk away, tiny person, tragic. So your brain uses something called size consistency. Content. Yeah. It understands that objects can be the same real size even when they take up different amounts of space in your vision. A door far away looks smaller than a door near you. But do you think the faraway door is a baby door? You understand distance. Your brain corrects for it. Most of the time, this is brilliant. It lets you move through the world without constantly misjudging everything. But with the moon, your brain gets handed a weird situation. The moon is extremely far away. So far away that whether it is near the horizon or high overhead, its image on your retina barely changes. But when the moon is low, your brain sees distance cues. Buildings, trees, mountains, roads, cloud layers. The whole world seems to stretch out towards it. The horizon feels far. The moon appears placed at the end of that distance. Your brain says, if it is that far away and it still takes up that much space, there must be larger. That is one major explanation. It is related to illusions like the Ponzo illusion. You may have seen that drawing with two identical lines between the train tracks. The line near the far end of the tracks looks longer, even though both the lines are the same. Your brain reads the background as depth. It thinks one line is farther away. So if two lines cast the same kind of visual size, but one seems farther, your brain interprets it as bigger. The horizon moon may be doing something similar. The world around it becomes the train tracks. The moon becomes the line. And your brain becomes a confident little liar with excellent lighting. But that is not the whole story, because the moon illusion can still happen over the ocean, in open landscapes, or when there are fewer obvious objects near the horizon. So scientists have considered other pieces too. One idea is that your brain does not perceive the sky as a perfect half sphere above you. You might think the sky feels like a dome, but psychologically it may feel more like a flattened bowl. The horizon feels far away, the sky overhead feels closer. Not logically. You know space continues in every direction, but perception does not always care what you know. Your brain has ancient habits. For most of human life, important distance information lived horizontally. Food, predators, people, shelter, fire, storms, the path home. The world spreads out in front of us, not above us. So when something appears near the horizon, your brain may treat it as part of the deep extended world. When the moon is overhead, it floats in empty space. No trees are beside it, no buildings under it, no road leading towards it. Just a bright circle in a blank sky. Without context, your brain has fewer clues. So the overhead moon can feel smaller, lonelier, less attached to the world. The horizon moon has witnesses. The moon has no alibi. There is also relative size. When the moon is smaller near the horizon, it can be compared with small objects, branches, windows, rooftops, distant objects. The moon looks huge beside them. High in the sky, it is surrounded by an enormous empty background. And an object surrounded by a huge field can seem smaller, like a person standing alone in a stadium. Same person, different context. Your brain loves context. It cannot stop using it. This is why the moon illusion is so interesting. It is not just a space fact. It is a brain fact wearing a space costume. The moon is the bait. Perception is the trap. And once you know the trick, you might think you can beat it. You can't. Not always. That is the humbling part. You can understand the illusion perfectly and still see the huge horizon moon. Knowledge does not always turn off perception. You can tell yourself that moon is the same size. I know what is happening. NASA said this. Science said this. My camera said this. And your brain politely will nod Then continue making the moon look enormous, because perception happens before explanation arrives. Your conscious mind is the detective who shows up after the crime scene has already been decorated. There is a simple test you can try. Hold out your arm, use your pinky finger or a small object to cover the moon when it is near the horizon. Later, when the moon is high in the sky, try again. It should cover the same amount. The moon did not change. Your measurement says so. Your camera says so. Astronomy says so. But your experience says no, 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 no. I saw that thing looking like the final boss of the sky. And honestly, that is what makes it beautiful. The moon illusion is not just your brain failing, it is your brain doing what it always does, building reality from cues, estimating distances, comparing objects, correcting for size, using context, turning raw light into a world. Most of the time, that system works so well that your brain forget it exists. You do not notice your brain building a reality. You just call it seeing. But every now and then, the system leaves a fingerprint. A huge moon on the horizon, a sky that did not change but somehow feels closer. So the next time the moon rises, huge and golden near the horizon, do not just take a picture. Take a second, look at it, let it fool you. Then remember, the moon is not closer. The sky is not opening wider. The universe is not zooming in. Your brain is doing what it always does, editing reality fast enough that you mistake the edit for the truth. And here is the question that should bother you a little. If your brain can make the moon look bigger, what else has it been resizing in your life without asking you first?